Encourage everyone to silence your phones during the services. The announcements today are, please wear a mask if you have not been vaccinated. Reverend Aubrey Lynn is in Appleton today, helping them as they do not have a minister. Tom Boehme will be speaking there on Sunday, November 28th. And thank you to the volunteers for today, Tom Boehme, Mike Muckerheiden, Annie Horsen, Leanne Tepish. Next Sunday, the 21st, we'll be having a baking bread ceremony. Sunday, the 21st. Is that correct?
Breaking bread, yeah.
Breaking bread. The 28th will be the tree trimming and decorating.
With pizza.
After service. And December 19th, Christmas festival celebration. The Circle of Friends will meet Saturday, November 20th at 9:30. That's the ladies. Today we're going to be pleased to welcome Reverend Sunni Boehme, who's with us today. She's been with us several times. Reverend Sunni's been with us several times in the past. She has written Mirror, Mirror, which is now being made into a movie. Whoa, that is impressive. She's also a life coach among her many talents. Now let's begin with our opening song, Here I Am.
I'm the Lord of wind and flame. I will tend the poor and lame. I will set a feast for them. My hand will save. Finest bread I will provide, till their hearts be satisfied. I will give my life to them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord. If you lead me, I will hold your people in my heart. Oh, I will hold your people in my heart.
I love that song. That's the song they played at my graduation at the Unity Village all those years ago. Now I'd like to introduce Tom Ployer. Tom will do the daily word in lighting of the Christ candle.
Thank you, Martin. Good morning, everyone. The daily word for today is prosperity. Prosperity fills my life. Current flowing through my home's wiring provides light, but first I must flip the switch to turn it on. Divine substance, the building block of creation, is the source from which my prosperity grows, but first I must claim it in consciousness to live a prosperous life. The divine idea of prosperity is unlimited, more than sufficient to meet every need. I know true prosperity when I live from this truth. Giving freely and generously keeps prosperity at the forefront of my consciousness. I know the more I give, the more of myself I place into circulation, the more I will experience. As I give of myself, I increase the flow of prosperity in my life and in the world. And from Mark 4:24, and he said to them, pay attention to what you hear. The measure you give will be the measure you get, and still more will be given you. We light the Christ candle today again and reminding ourselves that Christ light shines within us and is the source of our prosperity.
And now we prepare to light the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience which we honor here today. We begin by lighting the candle of the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the paths of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them at this center, and for all religions unnamed in this ceremony. Now we'll sing the Lord's Prayer. Stand with me, hard to say.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
What a wonderful way to prepare for meditation. And now I invite you to do just that. Allow yourselves to be comfortably supported in your seats and focus your attention on your breath. Close your eyes if you're comfortable to close out visual distractions. As you breathe deeply, breathe in the breath of life, the breath of love, the breath of spirit. And when you exhale, release all that no longer serves you. With each deep and cleansing breath, allow your attention to gently move towards your center, to that holy place, that shrine which lies at the core of our being. That that you continue to breathe deeply and naturally. You move even deeper and closer to the point, the magic point, the spiritual point. This is the source of the still small voice we've heard referred to so many times. The still small voice, which gives us the answers, shows us the way. In this presence, we open our hearts and our minds to the inflowing of divine grace, which is unlimited in its source. We allow the divine grace to fill us up to overflowing with loving kindness, with peace. And we dwell in this connection for a time, in the silence, in the silence. In this state of Holy Communion with the Divine, we are safe, we are protected. And as we gently begin to return our attention to this sanctuary, we keep in mind that we can connect with this still small voice at any time in our busy lives, just simply by pausing and stopping, breathing deeply and turning within. Thank you, God. And so it is. And now I'd like to introduce Reverend Sunni.
Good morning. Morning. I had to come back out of that. That was so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you who braved this blizzard and showed up. Thank you for valuing what these people create every Sunday, no matter who's here, thank you for bringing your energy and creating this community of hope and love and sweetness and powerful dynamic energy of life gets better every day when I have the intention and I make it that way. The peace of God is shining in me now. I feel it from this beautiful meditation that Martin took us through. Let all things shine upon me in that peace. Allow ourselves to resonate. We're going into winter time and we have a lot more quiet time and quiet days. Let us resonate. Let all things shine upon me in that peace. And let me bless them with the light in me. As I was preparing for today, I was reading in my Unity, because for years and years, I went to a Unity church for 20 years. And now I'm going to a Science of Mind church, and I love them all. And I've studied them all as an ordained minister. But this one I came across and just went, oh yes, I want to bring this to you. I am a radiating channel of divine light. Jesus encouraged his followers' spiritual growth when he told them that they would do even greater things than he had done. We need to remember that. We need to remember that we are the ones here now who can do as good or better as we were taught by one of our great master teachers. The Bible says we are made in the image and likeness of God. No. That was bad.
Oh.
Pay attention. Knowing this, who are we not to shine? If we know this, if we believe that we, on our good days, our God days, where we're holding our own and we're being peaceful and we're sending love, even if somebody's acting stupid, like when you're driving stupid and you go, angels, I'm just going to send you angels because you are obviously having a tough day. Okay, so this is how we shine in God's love, even if somebody else is acting stupid. That's our judgment. They don't think they're acting stupid. They're obnoxious naturally. We are divine. An incredible beauty emerges when people follow their hearts to do what they love. So it doesn't take being shiny and brilliant out there in the world. Sometimes a person's brilliance is deep within them, and they are quiet, like ducks on the water. They are quiet, and they're gently across the water, and their feet are going like this. So some of us are quiet, but we're praying. We're praying for other people. We're sending positive energy when we see something on Facebook or we hear somebody's going through a problem. That's our brilliance. And we need to acknowledge, like, thank you. I'm remembering the God that even though I can't fix that car accident, I can send healing energy, that these people are taken care of in the perfect way, at the perfect time, and that the traffic opens up so that the rescue people can get to them. This is something that we can do whenever we see a crisis or something difficult happening in the world. And this is a moment of brilliance when we remember the God self and we call in that to be fully present in the moment now, whether it's something we need or we can send positive energy. Because we also know what a mass full of negative energy can do. We've seen it recently on the news. So I'm going to say this again. The closer people come to expressing their highest potential, the more they radiate a brilliance that encourages everyone else to shine too. I am inspired by this knowledge as I allow divine energy to surge through me. I become a radiant conduit of divine light, ablaze with creative potential. I take one step at a time toward being my best, toward living my best day, for being the best friend, for being the best daughter, for being the best church support. That whatever we can be, when you wake up in the morning and say, how can I be my best? How can I make a difference? Praying for somebody makes a difference, believe me. The shining in your mind reminds the world of what it has forgotten. And that came from the Course in Miracles. Has anybody studied the Course in Miracles? I know there used to be a Course in Miracles group, because I've been through 4 ministers in the times that I've come up here and talked. And I love being invited to support your community whenever ministers. So when Reverend Aubrey invited me, I was very thrilled to come up and get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It is your brilliance that lights the path of 1,000 directions, 1,000,000 possibilities, 1,000,000,000 choices, 1,000,000,000,000 experiences. Yes, it is your brilliance. Each and every one of us can be brilliant in the world, in our gentleness, in our softness, in our loving energy, or in our dynamic, forceful, whatever you are brilliant at. The world needs every single one of us to be shining. And that's the reason that I gave you those little pieces of paper, because the 3 little pieces of paper on top, I want you, if you can think about somebody in the community that you have seen them do something brilliant, or you appreciate them for always showing up, or you appreciate the fact, something that you appreciate about them. This is Thanksgiving week. So write a special note to somebody in the community and give it to them. And even if you say, I see your light and I appreciate it that you're here. Even if you can't, it's just the acknowledgement. And then I want you to hand it to somebody at the end. If you wrote it down about somebody, write something nice. Find something that is brilliant within yourself to go, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being. Thank you for creating beautiful meditation this morning. Thank you for the reading that you chose and for lighting the candles. And there are some people that I see every time I come because you're the one. And thank you, Jules, for being the techie genius. So let's all thank Jules. And thank you, all the people who are able to watch us, because Jules is always on duty. So if you weren't able to make it through the blizzard today, thank you for watching us. When we are conscious of the light we ask for and we take action, that light heals us as we serve. Yes, it is your brilliance, your shining light that illuminates your way. When you lose your way, it is just that you have temporarily forgotten that it is your light, your brilliance, that enlightens your perfect knowing of how to proceed. So like this morning, Terry came up with me from Milwaukee. So to make the trip even more desirable and happy, and then we're going to a play in Port Washington that Susan Chambers Johnson is in, and so we're going to make a wonderful day out of this. So inviting other people to enjoy the energy, to be included. And so on the way up, I asked her, I said, would you go into GPS? I can't remember which exit to get off. And I've been up here a few times, but it's usually only once or twice a year. But, so she went into GPS and she could not find Unity Spiritual Center in Sheboygan. It showed Unity Spiritual Centers all over the rest of the United States, but did not come up in Sheboygan. And I said, don't worry, I'll figure it out. Hello, God. You know where it is. Would you please guide me? So I told her, never mind, turn it off. It's learning to trust that we can always be guided. Trusting that there is always guidance for whatever we need. Trusting that's one of the greatest lessons that we can learn is to learn to trust our own inner voice and our own guidance. And that is exactly what my book is all about, my book, Mirror, Mirror. How many of you have read it? I know a number of you have. Yeah, you got it just last night. Did you love it?
I loved it, yes.
Isn't it quite an adventure?
It was very exciting.
3 years traveling Europe alone when I was 30. But the lesson in it is learning to follow divine guidance every step of the way. Foreign countries, I didn't know the language, I didn't know the people, I didn't know the customs, but asking every single day for guidance. And so that's what's powerful about that book. Because I've even had ministers write back to me and go, I've studied these principles all my life, and you put it in such a pragmatic, fun way of how to use it on a day-to-day basis. So that's how it has now, it's in the process to become a movie, because after the Oscars, a screenwriter had read my book, and she called me the week that they were doing the Oscars. And I don't know how many of you followed and watched the movies last year from the Oscars, but those movies were all downers. They were about dementia, and they were about mental health, and they were really hard to watch. Brilliant acting, of course, but difficult during COVID. Like, that's what we needed. And so she said, Hollywood and Netflix are looking for things that are upbeat, empowering, and about making changes. So the book is called Mirror, Mirror. The movie is going to be called Unboxed. So please send me positive energy. Please send out positive energy to Reese Witherspoon, because that's who I want to play me.
Oh.
All right, so sometimes we get lost and we forget. 5 years ago, I wrote down that a screenwriter would find my book, read it, call me and say, I love your book, and the world needs your message right now, and I want to write your story. And that is what happened 8 months ago. So it's pretty thrilling, and I have to just allow myself to be in my brilliance and to say, this is how easy it comes when the time is right. This is how easy it comes, that all of this is being prepared, and the way is being prepared, and people need uplifting, powerful, dynamic, and fun things. And the book is very fun, right?
Very fun. It was quite an adventure.
Yeah. And did you get Diary of a Turkish Wedding too?
Not yet, no.
Okay, you can get that today. I have that, so I have them here. Right, all right. So I see radiant divine light energy in every person in this room. And we are blessed and healed as we give in loving service. So all of you who are on the support staff here, it is a blessing and a healing to be part of knowing that we are part of this community, and that's what makes this community work. It's not just the minister. It is the team. It is your brilliance that keeps this growing, that keeps it transitioning and getting better and refining. So I want to ask you this, because when you write down on your little papers that I gave you, I want you to think about this. Who is the glue in this community? Who always shows up? Those are the people that need a little note that says, I see your light. Thank you for always showing up. Who's always here for the setup and the cleanup? There's always maintenance to be done in any kind of building, in any kind of community. So even at work, remember this is Thanksgiving week. If you've got somebody at work and you think about who can I send a little note to brighten their day and lift their day? Who's made a difference in my life at work? Send them a little note this week. And who can you count on for a listening ear? Is there someone in this community that will always be there for you, will always listen and give you some good sound, valuable advice? Who are the huggers? Oh, thank you that you're still hugging in this church. Thank you, I came into hugs. Maybe it was worth getting up at 6 o'clock. Who has a good friend that always makes you laugh? Send that person a thank you note. Or leave a text, thank you. This morning in church, we were talking about who we're thankful for. I'm thankful for you because you always make me laugh, right? Send some love out. This is your brilliance. When we stop in the middle of our own busy lives and we think about who can I make happy today? That's your brilliance. And that turns on their light. It's like, oh, somebody noticed me. Somebody knows I'm here. Somebody knows oh, I'm glad she appreciates me for shining and making her laugh. Who cares for loved ones? Some of you have people at home that you're helping through health crisis, health issues. Some of you do it in your work and your frontline workers. And this is your brilliance. We need you to be shining, and we need to know that you are valued and appreciated and needed and loved for your service. Whether it's a family member that you're taking care of, or a child, or your frontline workers, or you work in a grocery store. I hope everybody who, more than ever before, I think we appreciated people who work in grocery stores more than ever before last year when they were packing our groceries and bringing it out to our cars, and that was their brilliance. Thank you for serving and supporting us. When you work from love, you become more brilliant in your work. So find a way that when you're working, I love what I do. I love it that I was just able to answer that person's question. I love it that I was able to solve that problem. I love it. You might not love everything about the job, but love the brilliance that it commands from you to do it and serve people in a higher way. Love that about you, that you are able to do that in your service. I want to thank you for showing up and being brilliant today. I want you to take just less than a minute. I'm going to give you less than a minute of silence to write. I gave you 3 little sheets to write a note to somebody, hopefully in this community. And even if you don't know their name, you can hand it to them afterwards. And then the one on the bottom, I want you to write something to your minister. And we're going to put it in the collection basket. The one on the bottom with the little sunshine message on, write something to your minister about why you are thankful for things that she's doing or shifted or changed, or her diligent efforts to find a music person, as she's called me 6 or 7 times. Sonny, don't you know anybody who would like to play music in our church? So she's searching, she's looking. So I'm going to give you just less than a minute. It can be, thank you for always showing up. You make our community grow and thrive. Thank you for being the glue. It's okay. It's kind of a cute thing. And if you can, write 3 separate notes. That's why I gave you 3 separate pieces of paper. And if you've got somebody at home who wasn't able to come, but you want to write a little note to them, take that home and give it to them. And when you're finished, if you just look up at me so that I know that you're ready to receive more brilliance. And those of you who are finished, what I did was I brought, who uses a gratefulness ledger or book before they go to sleep at night, or a thankfulness list before you go to sleep at night? Do all of you use it, or do some of you already have a notebook or some kind of that? Oh, good for you, good for you. All right, so I brought gifts for everyone today. I brought all kinds of, I brought little teeny ones, I brought big flashy ones, and I brought even bigger ones. So anybody who would like to come up and get a notebook to start writing what you're thankful for, I offer you this gift pile, and I have more in this bag. All right? Because that's one of the ways that we can expand our brilliance each day, by our thankfulness, by feeling thankful and grateful for the things that we do have. Thinking about that not only heals us, not only calms anxieties and fears, but it actually makes us joyful. It actually triggers endorphins that keep us healthier. So like in my book, this week, I wrote down yesterday, I was thankful for a drive to Lake Geneva to enjoy rich and nourishing, deep conversation with some author friends of mine. We have, during COVID, we've decided we need to get together once a month. We need to be together and have rich, deep, fulfilling conversations, because so many of us have gotten isolated, and you can't just sit there all day long with somebody yakking at you from the TV. How many of you listen to healing frequency music on YouTube? Or if you have a smart TV, you can get YouTube on it, and it has beautiful visuals of flying over the top of Hawaii or New Zealand, or walking down paths in Greece. And it'll go on for 4 and 5 hours. Beautiful healing frequency music that is so healing. So tune into that. That is very healing and uplifting. So it keeps our anxiety levels and our fear and our doubt, the monkey mind, it keeps it at bay. Because when I'm watching beautiful visuals of nature, my mind goes, there is harmony in the world. There is always harmony in nature. And there is harmony, and we will be restored to peace and harmony. When you watch the news, it's telling you the exact opposite. So what do we want to create in the world? Do we want to create more peace and harmony? Then we have to watch it and fill our minds with things that restore us to the trust and the knowledge that there is peace and harmony happening in the world. All right, so Friday I wrote down, I felt thankful for a friend's visit, and we laughed and shared new things that will benefit each of our lives. I gave her some information about the healing frequency music. She went, oh my God, my husband always has CNN on, and I'm just like, I can't stand it anymore. I said, okay, go home and put on this healing frequency music. He might go, but listen, can we listen to it for just an hour out of the whole day instead of having CNN or some news station on? Thursday, I felt thankful that I had no appointments because it was 11/11. Did any of you notice last Thursday on 11/11, I was kind of in a zombie state. I just could hardly make up my mind about something or focus on anything. And then when I saw something on Facebook that it was the 11/11 and there was a frequency shift going on in the world, I thought, thank God I don't have any appointments today. I just want to stay in this blissed out state of mind. I kept healing frequency music on all day, and I could, because for some reason I didn't have any appointments, and that's very rare. So write down in your book each day what you're thankful for each day. Wednesday, I was thankful because I woke up full of energy. It was a gorgeous day. It was 60 degrees. I went out in my garage. I cleaned out my car, and then I organized some things in the garage, and then I raked some leaves, and I was like just a little white tornado. So thank God I was a white tornado on Wednesday, because I was a slug on Thursday. So it's okay. And to give yourself total permission when you need to have a slug day, or total permission that when you have power and energy, that you can take off your list and go, boom, 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 I get this done and this done. And then you can give yourself total permission. I'm having a slug day, it's okay. I'm gonna watch healing frequency music all day. Some of you remember the One Command class and talk that I did for this community. We had a workshop after the Sunday service, and we had a workshop downstairs. And there's something that I teach my clients. It's called the One Command, and it's how to pull in more quickly, how to manifest something that you really want in your life. So one of the One Commands that I wrote for you today is, I don't know how. The One Command always starts with, I don't know how, because God has a better idea. If we keep trying to figure it out from our own mind, we are only figuring it out from the box that we had created before. When we say, I don't know how, we're opening ourselves like, God, if there's a better way, would you send me the information? I don't know how. I expand the life force energy and send waves of healing and loving light out across the planet. And to everyone I know who needs help, and everyone in every country who needs help right now. I was watching the news when I wrote this. I am a powerful force for good, and relaxing in the bliss and enlightenment of my theta mind, I send good energy and healing to all the places that I can't be right now. I send my light, and light always heals. So this is a way that you can be brilliant, sitting on your living room couch, watching some disaster that you can't take action on, but just that thought. I am sending love and light to those areas, to those people. Worry and fear and too much news is negative meditation. Shift immediately and send healing energy instead of what you see on the news. When we choose to embody and activate more divine light, we become more than just love and action. We become healers. We amp up our life force for good, and the energy heals our body. While we're doing it, while we're sending loving energy, it's healing our body too. The light of God can never be contained. The light of God is shining now and in all living things. Let's take a moment and send loving, healing energy to the members of this community right now who can't be with us today, or who are being forced to face some scary health issues. If you know any other people that aren't here, or that you love, or people in your family, let's take a moment and send healing energy, because it counts, and it works, and it's brilliant. And another One Command, I don't know how. I choose to look for the good in others, and I always find it. I choose to expand that positive energy, and I send healing and loving energy to harmonize and balance the world and all the peoples. I only know that my word and loving intention is a powerful force for good, and I am at peace and fulfilled. The peace of God is shining in us right now. And from our hearts extends out and around the world. It caresses each living thing. It brings renewal to all tired hearts and lights all vision for a higher good. Let all things shine upon me in that peace, and let me bless them with the light in me. I claim my power to be a force for good. In closing, I'd like to share one more thing with you, the Divine Light Prayer for Community Blessing. Would you like that? And I'll leave this for your minister too. So if you just close your eyes and go inside. Divine light is pouring in me now. Divine light is filling my energy field on every level, from the most dense to the most etheric. Divine light is opening within me now. I'm receiving more and more divine light, moment by moment. Divine light is healing every limitation within my energy system and opening me to wholeness now. Divine light is releasing all energies of discord and opening my awareness to divine truth so that more divine light can flood my energy system now. My community is filled with beings of divine light. I see their light and I support them in experiencing more and more of their own divine light. We are radiant with each other, and we are safe in the magnificence of each other's radiance. We shine and grow and glow in community, and all is well. Sacred light vibration is creating wholeness and oneness within my sacred community. I am lifted, opened, cleansed, and freed in this divine light. Divine light is emerging from source and overflowing on every level of my energy field until there is nothing left but divine light holding the essence of my vibration as I radiate with my sacred community in love. Breathe in. I am filled with light. I am open to more light. I know sacred light and sacred community surrounds me now. I allow sacred light to resonate fully throughout my energy system now, healing and raising me to more love. I am divine light now. I live in divine light and increase divine light again and again as I love every person in my sacred community, and we radiate love and light out into the world to heal and uplift humanity for the good of all. Anything that is not of light will be dissolved and resolved for the good of all. Thank you, God. And so it is. And so be brilliant. Be brilliant today. Be brilliant tomorrow. Think about, how am I brilliant? How am I brilliant? What is something that you do special? I heard today that Mike is a wonderful cook. Okay, so write that down, Mike. I am a wonderful cook. If you have a little sheet left, write that down, that I am a wonderful cook. So you can acknowledge your brilliance too on those little sheets. And like I said, anybody can come up here and take any one of these books, choose whatever you want, so that you start basking in the bliss and the energy of your brilliance and your thankfulness and your gratefulness for how good your life is, and it will get better and better and better. And I'm happy to see any of you at the back of the room after. Thank you for being. Thank you for bringing your brilliance here today to share in this community and to embrace each other in good and bliss and love. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Sunni, for an inspiring message. And now let's hear music.
Oops.
Do you know how much you matter? Do you know that you are loved? Do you know you made a difference in the lives you've touched? All the time you felt unworthy in the darkness of your soul. All the lies you told yourself, just let go, let go. 'Cause you matter. You matter. I can't imagine all you've been through, 'cause I've not walked in your shoes. But you will always have my heart, and I see you. You matter. You matter. Feel it all release. There you'll find your peace. You'll find your peace. Do you know how much you matter? Do you know that you are loved? Do you know you made a difference in the lives you've touched? 'Cause you matter. You matter. You matter. You matter. You matter. You matter.
And now it's opportunity time. Opportunity to help spread the word and the unity message to the world at large. I'd like you to join me in reciting the offertory prayer. The love of God inspires me to give in a spirit of generosity. I give with love and joy to ensure the growth of this ministry and this unity center. And so it is. Thank you, God. Our closing song is Thank You, Spirit.
For everything you do, I want to thank you, Spirit, for making dreams come true. You turn the dark and stormy skies to skies of brightest blue. I want to thank you, Spirit, for everything you do. I want to thank you, Spirit, for taking care of me. I want to thank you, Spirit, for teaching me to see. They say the world is beautiful, and now I must agree. I want to thank you, Spirit, for taking care of me. I know in my heart that the perfect time is now to lose all my fears, and the Spirit always shows me how. I want to thank you, Spirit, for showing me the way. I want to thank you, Spirit, for turning night to day. I love the place of joyfulness, and I intend to stay. I want to thank you, Spirit, for showing me the way. I want to thank you, Spirit, for helping me to feel. I want to thank you, Spirit, for showing me what's real. I feel such happiness to be the way I feel. I want to thank you, Spirit, for helping me to heal. I felt in the past that my every chance was gone, but Spirit is hope, and I know for sure that I was wrong. You were wrong, see the dawn. Thank you, Spirit, for everything you do. I want to thank you, Spirit, for making dreams come true. The dark and stormy skies, the skies of brightest blue. I want to thank you, Spirit. I want to thank you, Spirit. I want to thank you, Spirit, for everything you do. Once again, whoops.
Now let's close our service with the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And once again, I'd like to thank the Reverend Sunni for beautiful message and encourage everyone to let their light shine. Have anything else to say, Reverend?
Just remember the messages for Reverend Aubrey, to put it in the collection basket in the back, because that's giving love.